Hi Virgo, this is Angel Aura Divination, and I'm here to give the sign of Virgo their end of June 2021 intuitive spiritual tarot and oracle message, where I give you a message from your guides. I'm using the Angelarium Oracle of Emanations, which is an oracle deck based on the Kabbalistic Tree of Life with cards that have illustrations that show different personifications of the branches of the said tree of life, but also different angelic concepts as well. I'm utilizing this oracle specifically to get information about the guides that might be connecting through this reading. I'm also using the herbal tarot to get the information from your guides that they might have for you at this time, Virgo. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards really quickly, and then I'm going to be praying over the cards for a brief moment, and then I'm actually going to start your reading. I do want to keep these short though, so while I'm doing that, please take this time at this moment to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more content like this and like others, and also to leave a comment or think about what you would comment in this video if it resonated for you. Thank you. All right, Virgo, so let's get your card out from the Angelarium Oracle of Emanations. Oh my gosh, that was so fast. We have Hazmed, the Angel of Annihilation for Virgo. Your guide is either very strong, very destructive, or possibly both. It could be a deity of war. This person could have also been a warrior if it was an ancestor for you. This energy might also deal with storms or thunderclouds. I do kind of see an energy of storms and thunderclouds, and also look at all that light energy around them. They almost look like they're representing the lightning in this picture. They're a very dark entity, but I don't necessarily know if that's a representation of their energy or just the depiction that they're kind of showing. They really like the way that this card looked. I get the impression. They might even show themselves to you in a very peculiar way. Like you might only see like a specific part of their body, or this guide might be associated popularly with specific parts of their bodies. And that's true for multiple guides and multiple deities, to my understanding, through my own research on the topic. They're saying that they might come to you like showing you a hand from the sky, basically. You might even be a tarot reader and you kind of associate this guide with like the Ace of Cups, Wands, Pentacles, or Swords. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, so let's get a card out. They have the Hermit here. So this, okay. That's a little bit too specific. I don't really want to say that. This is a very old appearing old deity or an old soul. If this individual guide for you was alive during any time in human history, they would have been very old, you know, when they passed away, or their soul is very ancient compared to yours, or you might associate their lifetime with an ancient time in history. I'm getting the kind of mixed message from them. I guess it depends on how you see them too, because I am picking up on a specific energy that I don't really want to speak about in particular. But let's see what they got for you, Virgo. What y'all got for Virgo? We have the Magician. This guy does want to help you manifest things. You are working in a magical way. They've said that you might even be doing accidental practical magic for yourself. And they want you to have a deeper understanding of that. They do wish to communicate with you, or they already do. We have the Ace of Swords here. I thought the Ace of Swords was going to come through. They kind of said it would when I said it out loud. They do wish to communicate with you, or they wish to have a new beginning about the spiritual topics that you need to be appraised of. Like there are certain things that you're not aware of happening around you energetically that you might benefit from understanding if you just communicated with this guy a little bit more. We have the Six of Cups. They're talking about past relationships, or this guide might have been with you since childhood. So if you had an imaginary friend, it could have come through as this guide as well. But it's also saying here that this guide might have pushed you to have certain relationships with certain people in your past. We have the Four of Cups. This is talking about disappointments, though. I think that this guide is basically saying here with the Four of Cups that there have been situations that you've rejected in the past out of a fear or lack mindset, and they want you to kind of acknowledge that. They want to communicate with you about that specifically as well, Virgo. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. We also have the Medicine Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. They want you to be more positive moving forward and walk away from situations that are very toxic for you. They also support this if you're already doing it. And they have the Medicine Wheel, also known as the Wheel of Fortune in the traditional tarot, which is kind of a representation of the positive cycles that you're going to be going through when you allow positive energy into your life, whether it's from this guide or from other guides or just in general. Yeah. Okay, we have the Page of Swords here. They're saying that there's a lot of learning that needs to be done when it comes to understanding what guides are for you. And I can't be the only individual talking to you about this, but they're basically saying that you need to do your own independent study because they have been sending you signs and signals and you're just not paying attention all the way. And you need to pay clearer attention to the signs and synchronicity specifically, they said, that they're sending to you, because there might even be numbers associated with this individual energy as well. We have the Hanged Man, which is also known as the suspended person in this deck particularly, and the Fool. Okay, so these are both cards indicating Virgo energy. We also have the Magician out here, which is talking about Virgo energy as well. So right now you're very stagnant in your energy, trying to be enlightened and trying to feel like you're actually being enlightened, but they're actually saying this is false for you, where you need to be more forthright in your energy and move towards things that you desire, particularly romance with the Fool card, because he's smelling a rose in this card. They want you to get out of stagnation and get out of your head and just start taking action towards things, because it kind of slows you down when you try to think things through. This guide might even support you if you just allow them to support you, is what they're saying, by, you know, putting you in the position where things are just going to work out for you. They even possibly want you to start doing altar work with them. They would be very happy with this. This is the Three of Pentacles talking about building a sacred space with yourself or possibly with others. This guide would really appreciate it if you did develop an altar for them, if you actually figure out who they are, especially if they are a deity. But even if they're an ancestor or something else, that they still might appreciate that from you. I think ultimately they might even want you to start working with crystals to protect yourself. They want you to start developing a sense of spiritual protection around yourself, because it will give you a little bit of a peace of mind. If you're paranoid that somebody's doing something to you, it's really just your emotions, though, they're saying here with the King of Cups. It's kind of like you feel very isolated with yourself and in your emotions right now. I think they want to help you out of that, but it's kind of like you're still stagnating yourself with this Pisces, suspended person, Hanged Man energy, where you're trying to have an enlightenment by looking at things from a different perspective, when in reality you just need to get in touch with your emotions and understand that the way that you feel about things is actually not going to change just because you think about it so much. Okay. They're also saying that this guide might not necessarily be who I think it is, but they might be similar to who I think it is, but they're not exactly who I think it is. But also they're saying to me through that message that you might think that this guide is one entity or one being or one ancestor, when really it's another. Interesting. And they will be informing you about that when you connect with them deeper. Sometimes guides even help you, like especially if you work with you know, higher powers instead of just like ancestors or spirits just in general, because sometimes people do just work with random spirits or demons too. I wouldn't consider demons to be higher powers in the same way. They kind of lead you down a path of research that ultimately leads you directly to them, and the way that you feel when you see them is what's going to tell you whether or not this is the guide that you actually need to be communicating with. It's not that they have any particular situations they want you to be enlightened about, unless you have like a past relationship that you've rejected. But they do kind of want you to have a very calm and peaceful lifestyle, and they do want you to do some research about your own energetic tendencies. So they're going to be helping you with that if they're not already doing so. And that's all I have for you, Virgo. So if you gotten to this point of the reading, leave a star emoji in the comments telling me how much this reading resonated for you as well. I would love to hear about it. Also, please like this video for the free reading that I just gave you, and subscribe for more content like this and like the other readings that I post on this channel. Thank you so much. Goodbye.